Welcome back. We will discuss transaction, how it works. As we can see, the Rugby testnet is not working anymore. So we will rely on other test network, and I already show you how you can just receive that. If you didn't, just check out the last video. Apart from that, how transactions work in MetaMask. MetaMask account will be the same, and it will stay the same for different test nets, but you can receive it when you change the test net. It will show you the specific amount of ETH on that network. As you guys can see over here, we have 0.01 ETH and Rigby test. So how actually the transaction work in this scenario, like how we receive this amount? If we consider the website as a server or that faucet as a server, then how it will be working. So when we submit our uh, address, it's it's send it to the backend server, and the backend server through use the web3 library, and then it's generate the transactions. So what is the transaction actually and how it works? uh, and that server take the transaction and then send it to Ragbee test network, and then when it's confirmed, we get back the successful option, and we receive the specific amount of test network ETH. But how the transactions work behind the scene, just let's jump into it in a little bit more detail. If we look into it, we will get some details like this. First, we will get nonce. What is nonce actually? It's actually the number which provided by the server, that how much transactions are done by that server. Actually, it's a random number, or it's about the server, which server we are in. So it's depend. But just we look at nonce as a random number or just the transaction number of that specific server, and it's really doesn't matter, but it is what it is. And what is true about it is the address to which we are sending the specific amount, and value we will get the number of ETH or the fraction of ETH which we will receive. Gas price we will discuss it in next video in much more detail, so just leave it for now. Start gas and gas limit, okay, just leave it for now. What is VR and S? So it is a cryptographic piece of data which is generated by the private key of the sender. So if I tell you that it is very high level stuff, you can just set PhD level stuff. And how it works, I did MS actually, so I can go in the detail, but I will not in this video. And if you guys are interested, just let me know in the comment section, and I will discuss it in a separate video. So what is VRS? How it works in a short form, we can say that it's just transaction value which is generated by a private key of the sender. Generated by a private key of the sender. Okay, so just let's get back to the transactions, and why will did we wait? There will be in between a wait and the transaction, so we will discuss that in next lecture. So let's jump into the real-time transaction, how it work. Come here. Okay, here we go. This is the transaction hash which is generated by the private key. State is successful as we received the token over here. Apart from that, this is in this block confirmation. This is timestamp. on which this transaction happened. This is from this address and receiver address. This is the two value and ETH, transaction fee over here, transaction gas fee over here. We will discuss the gas fee in more detail, so don't worry about it for now. Gas limit as well. So over here, how many ETH are burned and how many transaction are saving. Transaction savings. Okay. Transaction type. You can see a transaction type over here and nonce over here, like what we discussed already. Position of block is 5. So over here a little bit details about the transaction and more detail. So here we have real time transaction. You can check it out on your own as well. So let's just pause over here and see how transaction work and why we wait in the next lecture.